today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store. Between the Jacksonville Jaguars, and a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Baltimore Ravens.
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Minshew to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Minshew with a give to Fournette. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Jacksonville.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Fournette, a first down carry. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun is Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Jaguar first
looking to throw it. Minshew to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Jags have taken the early lead. So much for being intimidated on the road in the playoffs, right? That was a pretty... Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. And now look at him go. He's at the 50, 30, 20,
the greatest
10,
show on earth, baby.
5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And playoff games in and of themselves, we know they're pressure-filled. That's not breaking any news, but you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that, as well as the team that they're facing, in order to try and advance?
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it. You work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, settle in, CD. I think we can officially say game on. Each offense has had it. Each offense has scored.
So could we be looking at one of those classic playoff shootout-type games, right? Both offenses hot. Defense is trying to find an answer. Can one of them get a stop that could be vital in this game? We might have that type of contest.
I got to tell you, I want offense.
I know you do.
I
know you do.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
So it's on to him. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the move to his left. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Tucker now to add the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are down by a single possession here, 16-9, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Minshew toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. Now Minshew has it knocked out, fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Tucker to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
And the Ravens defense, they get ready, and they trot back out onto the field. Forced the fumble last time, up on the scoreboard, things going their way.
Things are rocking easy now, and they feel good about themselves, confident, taking the ball away in the last possession. They're going to try and do it again.
So let me ask you, can you be playing free, and that can be good, or it can also become bad, right?
I like the way you put it. You're exactly right. It can work both ways. Sometimes you get too loose and give up big plays and not handle your responsibilities. But oftentimes when you're playing free and easy and locked in, as they are today, you see the end result.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And Minshew going to get him to the line quickly. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry up. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Curtis Samuel, 67 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Pass interference. Defense.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he is unable to make the play himself on second down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on third down?
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here at...
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it?
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Can I? Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs. Way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. How did you let it go miss? How she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught her the rhythm. She caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it. Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I?
Today, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the AFC Championship game on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. They will be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner back in 2016. Always a handful to contain, Lamar Jackson.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks
and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, 30 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jackson now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Their own 33-yard line.
And we focus on Duke Johnson now. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
41-yard line.
To throw is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
First down, Houston.
On 1st down, Watson looking middle, and it's in. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Lamar Jackson sacked. Fumble on the play.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
First down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Texans nothing.
The first down carry here for Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
11 yards there, 1st down.
First down.
From the red zone now, Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. will take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 57 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jackson now to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Houston set to take over. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on second down. Watson. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Tavon Young.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Marquise Brown was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jackson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are halfway. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Up come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Lamar Jackson sacked.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
He'll run it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The improv act, they're good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jackson now to return. Now a hit and a loose football.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Ravens.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, D. Here I come. 55. Hey, eat.
Jackson on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Jackson now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their backs really against the wall now. They knew how tough this would be on the road, AFC title game, and they have gotten all they could handle and then some. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Back to throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Ravens have got it.
Lamar Jackson.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And now he's going to use his legs, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Tackle made at the 12-yard line.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 1st and 10. Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
Watson.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there.
And the Texans 1st down.
Watson on 1st down. Got his man on the comebacker. That's Fuller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Gain of 19 yards.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship for Charles Davis.
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Prime time over grind game, overtime's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss, stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss. I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck. I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
So I be hella low key, but contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
Hey, I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right.
Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 57.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their big mobile quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, Colin Kaepernick.
A lot of defensive coordinators are up late the night before they take on Colin Kaepernick because they know he's not an easy man to scheme against. He can beat you with the big arm, taking shots downfield, also beat you with his legs, either off of designed runs or in the passing game by improvising and taking off.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it up, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about. The second.
So here are the Ravens with great field position to start out. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
Allow me a second here to gush, because in his college career, the only player in NCAA history to rush for over 1,500 yards and pass for over 3,500 yards in a season, and he did it twice.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Yet he only won the Heisman Trophy once.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. After the interception, here's Jackson. This is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and goal. At the Bucks.
From the gun, Jackson eluding the pressure right. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
33-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's complete to his running back, Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That's good.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Jackson operating from the gun. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught at the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. We do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
2nd down and 10.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached half. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half.
Nothing.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. This is caught. It's ball. The 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. This is caught. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And this is what coaches talk about, never being satisfied. No matter what the lead, always trying to increase it. You never know what can happen in this NFL.
And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Buccaneers, nothing. Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
10-10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Kaepernick now on first down. Being chased out left. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first and 10, here's Kaepernick. That's caught by Howard. That catch good for only a couple. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On second down, here's Kaepernick. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
A fumble on the play. Recovered by...
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
20-yard line.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gunn signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.